A sultry, dark night. As shadows take flight into the darkness, chasing passions in the night. The patrons of this small cafe rejoice in their merriment, without thought, taking in drink and lust under the crescent moon's allure. Dancing slowly, sweaty bodies intertwined in fluid motion. The music fills the air, and the surrounding streets are flooded with the scents of food and wormwood, married with roses and patchouli. The sweet scent drifts through the warm summer night air, whispering its soft kisses to one's skin and attracting the one who is the hunter. The rice paper balloon lamps dance in the breeze, moving to the rhythm of the jazz, echoing throughout the noisy halls and brothels. Their mixing of hues in the motion engaging one's soul to rejoice with delight. The landscape is filled with the colors of the lamps, bouncing here and there, delivering beams of colored light across the night. Upon these grounds, the hunter has much ground to hunt with so many choices. The prey must be perfect for this night's solitary feast. The tastiest feast is normally found among the noble or morally loose, engaging in their personal celebration without cause to their senses. I cross into a doorway, and I am transfixed by a vision. She is a stealth and sleek vixen of erotic seduction and beauty, attracting the eye of every man and woman in the room. I watch her moving gracefully among her intended prey, noting the scent of each one as she moves, lingering through the crowd, making her way closer to where I stand. Unbeknown to me, this is a woman hunted by authorities, although none realized it is the woman behind the murders and disappearances plaguing this area. Her appetite is fierce, sometimes feeding several times a night, keeping true to her artistic nature, leaving some of her victims' bodies poised in public as if they are muses for the art of death. I had read of one incident in particular where a lady was found on a park bench, her knees crossed, sitting like she was talking with someone who was not there. The white laced gloves still folded in her small hands. The life had been drained from her hours before. Tonight was different, and she was on a mission. Her choice had to be special for the chosen. She will be master and lover. He would live forever, never to die, but never to see the sun again. She knew once this night was over, he would walk the night, stalking and feeding. This night would become their anniversary, and he would bring her an offering to thank her for giving him the gift that she could give. Among these halls of merriment, I am enjoying a foolish pleasure not often sought out. It has been a long time since I've allowed myself to feel this way. This will prove to be a decision that will change my life forever. She is now in front of me, whispering that she has been searching for a man like me. I lustfully find myself engaged in a dance with this flower of loveliness. She graces me with hints of the worldly knowledge she possesses. I have no idea that she is my salvation and my crucifixion, my body races with lust and passion mixed in my soul. I am holding her very close, as I want her to feel the tower erected to her, built to please her in every way. I wanted it inside her now, to feel the pushing of the earth with each thrust of my powerful, fleshy machine. I dance and I sway, following her every movement, jazz filling the air as intoxication fills my soul, blurring my mind from its rationality. Her eyes danced within mine, holding me in her trance without release. We danced with passion, rejoicing with the merriment of a newlywed couple under that crescent moon, drinking and laughing late into the night. It was then that my body and mind agreed that I had to have and to take her now. I was filled with an uncontrollable animalistic behavior, feeling her cool flesh brushing against my hot body. The passion turns to lust as the sun on the dawn's breaking landscape. It was inescapable to me. She led me down into a chamber filled with roses and candles. A stone slab covering an ancient crypt was her bed, covered with silk and velvet trimmed with rose petals. I eagerly followed her sway and admired her tender beauty. Our passions, driven by the lust as we entered her chamber, we began to dance and grind, ripping the clothes off of each other as our passions consumed us, touching and feeling each other's bodies, wanting more. We wrapped our bodies in a dance to the flicker of the candle's flame. The sweat beads were forming from the lust and fever that consumed us. To my flesh, it was like no other I've had ever felt, lustful and passionate. As I entered her in a fury of lust, her body arches and greets my slow slide into her. I could feel her muscles tighten and quiver as we met in lust, groin to groin. But she feels strangely cold inside. I do not care. I want more. She is willing and giving herself to my lust, her sweet kisses caressing my flaming flesh. I am tortured by the feeling so close to explosion in a manner that I crave her to do what she will. I beg her to have her way with me. It is then I feel a sharp pain pierce into my flesh, my world turning into a mixture of pleasure and pain, followed by darkness and an explosion from deep within my loins. I have caved in to her will now. She puts her arm over my mouth, and something warm flows into my mouth. The taste is foreign to me, yet I drink as she bids me. She tells me to sleep, so I do. I awake into the darkness and realize that I am no longer human. I am a creature of the night. I walk in darkness, and now feel a fear of the light. My senses are amplified, and my brain seems acutely aware of things I could not hear or sense before. The statues cry stone tears. Their cold eyes seem to follow my every movement with a stare, yet full of of emotion. I had been consumed by my human lust that I did not see the creature before me as she laid me to rest here with her, forever living in the shadows of the night. Shadows fall across the tomb, cold and lonely without sound. I was thrown into this crypt as an actor without his role, laying here cold and numb as the world turns outside. My mind races with thoughts of the past. I cannot be dead, yet I can't feel anything now except the thirst in my mouth as the world fades in and out, changing shadow to light and light to darkness. I am a new creature, something made from passion and lust. My soul is a void, and darkness fills my heart. It does not beat, yet I feel so alive and so hungry. I need to eat and drink, but my craving is a different type now. I crave the blood of an unsuspecting soul. The thought tightens my veins and fills me with uncontrollable lust. Inside, I feel like chocolate melting in the warm sun, something my flesh will never feel again. I wander out into the shadows of the night to hunt and feed with a hint of romance for the chosen one tonight. The shadows that tower over me seem to respond to me. The animals fear my presence and flee at the sight of my shadow nearing them. I am a shadow myself, a walker in the distant night, to roam and be unseen until it is time for you and I to meet with charm and expertise. I will lure you to my lair, to have my way with you. Perhaps I will give a choice of a new life to live, or does death knock on your soul's door?